Hello, advanced class, cohort 2. Today's lesson is the start of our new unit. You'll see a new folder, obviously, on equations. Today we're going to start the first lesson, which is solving simple equations. Shouldn't take us too long to get through this. First activity is we're going to do the 3 angles of a triangle. So if we add all 3 angles together, we should get 180 degrees. So for the purple triangle, it would be 27 plus 82 plus x, because we don't know what that one is. That's our variable. So the first thing I'm going to do is put those 2 angles together, which would give me 109 degrees, plus x equals 180. Notice I'm writing down each step. But in order to get x by itself, I need to get rid of this 109. And if I get rid of 109 on one side of the equal sign, I have to get rid of 109 on the other. We have to keep our equation balanced, kind of like a teeter-totter. What you do on one side of the teeter-totter, you have to do on the other so that it stays balanced. So 109 minus 109 disappears, leaves us with x all by itself. 180 minus 109, I believe, gives us 71 degrees. So there is our answer. Let's do the second one. I'm going to erase all of this. Sorry, here we go. Second one, same thing. 52, let's put it in black. 52 plus 43 plus our x gives us 180. If I put my 2 numbers together, I believe I get 95 plus x equals 180. And again, we're looking at this with 2 sides. I got to get rid of my 95 on this side, so get rid of 95 on that side. These cancel out, leaves me with my x all by itself. 180 minus 95, I believe, gives us 85 degrees. There would be our answer. We can do it with decimals, so I'm going to just do the red triangle. I have 62 and 5/10 plus 77 plus x gives me 180. Again, I need to put together my numbers. I believe it gives me 132 and 5/10. Nope, I take it back, 139. I was going to say that's not quite right. Plus x equals 180. I'm going to take out my 139 and 5/10 from both sides. These would cancel out. X equals, I believe it would be 40 and 5/10. I'm doing this without a calculator, so we're going to trust my head. So if I'm off by a little bit because I calculated something wrong, the steps are still the same. You can do the yellow triangle if you want to for practice. Please take out your notebook so you can write some notes. You're not going to write these quite yet. We've got 2 pages of notes, but we're going to put them kind of all together. The addition property of equality basically means you add the same number to each side of the equation and it still stays the same. Subtracting the same number from each side where it still stays the same. Next page, same thing. Multiply each side of an equation by the same number and it still stays the same. Dividing each side by equation still stays the same. So put these all together. You can add, subtract, multiply, or divide the same number on each side of an equation and it stays equivalent. Sorry about that, ran out of space. Definitely make sure you get that into your notes. So here we go. Let's do it. I'm going to draw a line down through the equal sign because that means I have to do the same thing. I want x by itself. They're subtracting 7, so I'm going to do the opposite and add 7. -6 plus 7 gives me 1, so x equals 1. Y is the variable. They're adding 3 4/10, so we're going to do the opposite and get rid of it to subtract 3 4/10. Subtract 3 4/10. Y equals, this side it's going to be a -2 9/10. We're going into the negatives. Definitely use a calculator if you need to. Next example has pi in it. Pi we're using as a number. We're using pi as a number. So this is a number all in itself. H is our variable. So to get h by itself, we're going to subtract 2 pi, using it as a whole number. So subtract 2 pi on that side. 2 pi minus 2 pi cancels out, leaving me with h. 3 pi minus 2 pi just leaves me with 1 pi. So we're going to use it as a number, not a variable. Let's try some multiplication and division. Again, we're going to put this down. They are multiplying by -3/4. Here's where the little bit of work comes in. N times -3/4. Well, if they're multiplying, we're going to do the opposite. We're going to divide by -3/4. So -2 divided by -3/4. So let's do the work off to the side. We have -2, and I'm going to put it over 1, just because we're dealing with fractions, divided by a -3/4. How do you divide by fractions? You stay, switch, flip. First, let's get rid of the negatives. A negative times a negative gives us a positive. So we're going to take that out. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 1 is 3. So n equals 8/3, or if you want to put it into a mixed number, 2 2/3. Let's do a couple easy ones. Here we go. Put our line down the middle. Here's W, and they're multiplying by 19, so we're going to divide by 19. 114 divided by 19, W equals 6. This side, this line means divide, so you're doing D divided by 15, so we're going to do the opposite and multiply by 15. So we have D by itself, because these two would cancel out. -9 times 15 gives us a -135. So you always do the opposite to undo what they were doing. So let's do a word problem. After you withdraw $40 from your checking account, your balance is $287. So we don't know what you had in your checking account right away. You withdraw 40, which is like subtracting 40, and you are ending up with 287. So to undo all of that, we're going to add 40. These would cancel out. Add 40 to this side. X equals $327. So your homework due on Wednesday when you come to class is the 1.1 homework and Go Formative right after this video. Also remember to finish your exponents unit and your final project. I am upgrading grades on Friday. If you have any questions, please send me a message. Otherwise, have a great week.